So what does that look like for Metro Vancouver homes? Today, you've got detached homes. Sales are up 8% over the year. You're now sitting at a benchmark of 1.972. So almost $2 million for your benchmark home in the Metro Vancouver area. You're sitting at an increase of 7% year over year. So if you bought last year, quite frankly, you can be up 7% on your almost $2 million purchase. And look at that, a whopping 1.6% increase month over month. So things are looking very bright in the future. Townhome sales are up 10% year over year, with the benchmark just sitting under 1.1 million. Your benchmark price year over year is up 2.6% and a whopping 4.2% month over month increase. That product has a ton of demand. Condos up 18% in terms of your sales activity. So a lot of activity in the lower end of the market, which is where it always starts. And then you get your move up buyers. And we're now sitting at 770,000 for your benchmark condo in Metro Vancouver, with prices up 2.5% year over year and up 5.6% month over month. Wow, that is incredible. Good time to be in the market. A couple of other things, regulation changes that have recently been announced with the new budget, some of which still has to be approved and changes taking place into the future. But one change is the home buyer incentive program. That was that partnership between the first time home buyer and the government. They were going to go in on an equity share of your home with you and participate in the ups and the downs. It never really got taken up, and so therefore it was canceled. But the land transfer tax exemption has been increased, and that's going to start April 1st. So it used to be under 500,000, you were exempt from paying land transfer tax, and now that threshold is going up to 835,000. Now properties in the Metro Vancouver area, if you're a first-time home buyer, you're going to be able to save some money there. And the same thing with the pre-sale contracts. If you're buying newly built homes, that exemption is going from 750,000 up to 1.1 million dollars. So it's going to really help offset some of that tax that you would normally see and can form part of a down payment, which is usually the largest barrier of getting people into homes in our community. The other change that was announced was the flipping tax. For those of you that recall, there's actually already a federal flipping tax. So if you are assigning a deal, a lot of this has to do with the pre-sale market. If you're buying and flipping your contract or purchasing and flipping right away to capitalize on a gain, there's a federal income tax that you pay. And instead of calling it a gain, the federal government is taxing you as business income on that gain. What we're talking about that just was announced is actually not related to that. So that still exists. You will be taxed in that way for those types of situations. But the BC government is announcing a flipping tax as well. More details are to come. It doesn't start till January 1st of 2025. And it sounds more like a levy versus a taxation part of your income taxes. We don't have all the answers yet, but basically if you buy and sell a property within the first year, you have to pay 20% on the gain. And we're unclear if that's gain as in a capital gain, you buy from here to here, or is that an income produced from that sale. So the tax consequences to be determined, but fact is you're paying 20% in the first year. And then there's a sliding scale reducing as you go from years 1 to 2. Now, of course, there are exemptions for things like divorce or relocation for work. However, the whole point is to deter speculation and people just buying and selling properties for purely speculative purposes. The information out there states that it might actually impact only 2% of sales. So really it's just a nothing tax targeting a very small portion of people, but nonetheless, it's there and you need to be cognizant of it if you're making any kind of decisions or upcoming changes in your life. And then, of course, we also had the announcement to extend the foreign buyer ban for an additional 2 years, which was supposed to end 2025, and now it's being extended to 2027. So those are most of the regulatory changes that have happened. I'm Christine Kopr, VP of Sales with Sotheby's Realty in Vancouver, BC. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram, and make sure you sign up for our newsletter to stay in touch and as well as get additional information that we don't always post about on the real estate market. Thank you so much and see you next month.